Hello. We're talking about what we do wrong in prayer in Philip Yancey's chapter of his book. It's given me a bit of a giggle because there's some things in here that we can all relate to, I suppose. How we trivialise prayer, how we ask for things that perhaps we shouldn't be asking. For example, he's put here, Lord, please give us a sunny day for the soccer match, which trivialises prayer, especially when local farmers may at the same time be praying for rain. So I thought it was quite funny. Or a student asking for an A on his test when he hasn't studied, like my son. So it's things like that where we're asking for things that God will just say, no, move on, go to the next person. I think what God wants is for us to think about what's important in life and what how we are as people. John and James, disciples, asked Jesus to reserve them a good seat in the kingdom of heaven. Not quite like that, but that's what they said. And Jesus said, you don't know what you're asking for. Why would you ask me for something like that? Have you not listened to anything I've said? Have you not learned anything? And you can see the point. You know, they're asking for a seat in the kingdom of heaven, a really good place up front, and that's not the message that God has been relaying to his disciples or anyone else. So that Jesus was cross with that. But he wants us to be good people, you know, and he said, there's one other thing that I thought was very funny. Prison chaplains often hear criminals confess that they only pray when they're in fear of getting caught. And he said if that happened, then God would become the accessory to the crime. Funny as well. You know, about someone like me praying to sell 1 million books, you know, it's just not the thing. We've got to focus more on what's right in the world, what's right for us, what's right for our neighbours. He said one thing here, you can't say to your neighbour, I love you and enjoy spending time with you, but I hate your stupid dog and keep those bratty kids out of my yard. So you can't do that because what you're asking God for something. At the same time, you're saying you're being horrible to your neighbours or to the people around you. Your heart's not in the right place. So God's saying He'll perhaps consider answering your prayers if you are righteous, if you are a loving Christian, if you are a good person. In the book of Proverbs, it says quite bluntly, if a man shuts his ears to the cry of the poor, he too will cry out and not be answered. So that's what's in the Bible there, and that's the message that they're giving us today. Saying all that, I went past Banwell Methodist Church yesterday, and there's this lovely sign saying, with God all things are possible.